Hey everyone, and welcome back to Vintage Chic. Oh my goodness, we are in for a treat today. Have you ever been watching a movie and just been completely captivated by the outfits? Like you're almost more interested in what they're wearing than what they're saying? Well, you're in the right place, my fashion-loving friends. I'm Clara, and today we're going on a super fun adventure through cinematic history to gawk at the most iconic vintage fashion moments ever to grace the silver screen. These aren't just pretty clothes, my friends. These are looks that have become legendary, influencing designers, inspiring our wardrobes, and making us all dream of stepping right into those movie scenes. Get ready for some serious style inspo. Okay, get this, fashion besties. Back in the early 1930s, things were so different when it came to what girls were supposed to wear. It was all about pretty dresses and lovely skirts, like all the time. Can you even imagine, though, the idea of a woman rocking something from the boys' side of the closet? Gasp! It was considered super unconventional, and some people even thought it was a little bit scandalous. But then came the fabulous Marlene Dietrich. Oh my goodness, a total style rebel. She had this amazing, totally unique look that was all about mixing things up. She loved rocking pieces that were traditionally for men, and she looked absolutely divine doing it. It totally made her stand out from all the other actresses, and it was all part of this super cool, mysterious, and oh so alluring image she created for herself. Now let's talk about Morocco. There's one scene where Marlene, playing this glamorous cabaret singer Amy Jolly, steps out in a full-on tuxedo. Like top hat and tails and everything. Can you even? This wasn't just a random outfit choice, guys. It was a statement. A big, bold, I do what I want kind of statement. And get this, during her performance, she even kisses another woman in the audience. Talk about a mic drop. It totally flipped the script on what people expected from women back then, both in how they dressed and how they acted. The director of Morocco, Joseph von Sternberg, was even in on Marlene's incredible style. He saw how special and captivating she was and encouraged her to go for it with her androgynous looks. That tuxedo moment was definitely a team effort in creating something super impactful and rebellious. Of course, not everyone was immediately on board with Marlene's daring fashion. Some people were a little shocked and thought it wasn't ladylike, but many others were absolutely mesmerized by her confidence and the total glam factor of her look. It caused such a buzz and got everyone talking, which only made Marlene even more iconic. Marlene's tuxedo wildcard was a game changer for fashion. It was a major moment in breaking down those old-fashioned rules about what girls could and couldn't wear. She showed the world that women could be powerful, glamorous, and totally themselves even in menswear. She paved the way for so many other women to experiment with their style, and her confident, tuxedo-clad image is still a total inspiration today. She was a true fashion superstar that took the world by storm, whether you liked it or not. All right, fashion history fanatics, get your popcorn ready because we've got a story that's more dramatic than a soap opera and more resourceful than your grandma with a coupon book. We're diving headfirst into the tale of Vivien Leigh's legendary curtain dress from the one and only Gone with the Wind. OMG, you guys, this dress, it's not just a pretty little thing, it's a symbol of sheer I'll figure this out attitude and a can-do spirit that would make even Marie Kondo say, that sparks joy. So picture this, the Civil War has gone totally cray-cray and our Scarlet, bless her dramatic heart, is desperate to save her beloved Tara. She needs cash money, honey, and she needs to look at least somewhat presentable when she goes to bat her eyelashes at Rhett Butler. But wardrobe malfunction alert, her closet is looking a little, well, let's just say it's seen better days, thanks to all that war hullabaloo. But Scarlett O'Hara, girl, please. She's not about to let a tiny little thing like a lack of fancy fabric cramp her style. In a moment of pure genius and maybe a sprinkle of that famous Southern sass, her eyes land on the lush emerald green velvet curtains hanging all fancy-like in Tara's drawing room, and bam! A light bulb goes off brighter than a disco ball. Snip, snip, snip. Those curtains were about to go from window dressing to red carpet. Well, sort of, ready. With the help of her amazing mammy, Scarlett literally sewed herself a gown out of those very drapes. Can you even talk about a DIY queen? Now, this wasn't just about having something to wear to impress Mr. Butler, it was a total power move. That bold green velvet, which used to just block out sunlight, was now screaming, I'm a survivor and I look fabulous doing it. It showed the world that Scarlett would stop at absolutely nothing to protect her precious Tara. Plus, let's be real, even though it was literally made from curtains, Vivien Leigh looked absolutely drop-dead gorgeous in it. The way that velvet draped, to die for. That curtain dress moment has totally gone down in cinema history as the ultimate testament to being resourceful and the never say die power of a determined spirit. It's like a hilarious reminder that even when life gives you lemons, or a lack of fabric, you can totally make lemonade, or a stunning gown out of your living room decor. So next time you're thinking about tossing those old drapes, maybe, just maybe, you'll remember Scarlett in her iconic green gown and think, could I make a dress out of that? Probably not, but hey, a girl can dream, right? It's a fashion story that's as unforgettable, dramatic, and just plain luscious as the movie itself. Okay, let's sprinkle some extra fun into this historical style story. So, picture it, the 1940s, World War II is happening and everyone's got that we can do it spirit, even in fashion. Things were definitely more about being practical and making your clothes last because, rationing and all that jazz. But even with all the seriousness, people loved a bit of Hollywood sparkle to escape, and that's where our girl Joan Crawford and Mildred Pierce totally shone. When we first see Mildred, she's a busy bee, juggling all sorts of things, and her clothes are comfy and sensible. Think your fave cozy cardigan and a trusty dress, but hold on to your hats, fashionistas, because as Mildred starts bossing it in the business world, her wardrobe goes from mom next door to powerhouse chic in a flash. And can we talk about those shoulders? Seriously, Joan Crawford in this movie was rocking shoulder pads that could rival a football player's. Those sharp, defined lines weren't just a fashion statement. They were practically shouting, I'm in charge and I look fabulous doing it. It was like her clothes were her superhero cape, showing off this amazing strength and independence that women were embracing during the war. Now, how did Joan Crawford become this mega fashion icon? Well, she was a total star, darling, and she knew how to work it. She understood that what you wore sent a message, and in Mildred Pierce, she sent a message loud and clear. Women were strong, capable, and could look absolutely stunning while running an empire. Her on-screen style totally mirrored what was happening in the real world, where women were stepping into new roles and rocking it. So Joan Crawford didn't just wear the fashion of the 40s, she owned it. She defined it, and she showed the world that you could be a total force of nature and still look like $1,000,000. Talk about a style icon. All right, buckle up, my little vintage queens, because we're about to zoom in on a fashion moment that's sparklier than a tiara and sweeter than a strawberry milkshake. Let's kick things off with a truly iconic scene, a moment that's as dazzling as a diamond and as unforgettable as your first crush. We're talking about the one and only, the absolutely legendary Marilyn Monroe in the 1953 classic, Gentlemen Prefer Blondes. And what look are we totally, utterly obsessing over? Why, that breathtaking, traffic-stopping, head-turning, hot pink dress, of course. Oh my goodness, this dress! Seriously, can we just take a moment to appreciate its sheer fabulousness? It's the epitome of Hollywood glamour, isn't it? That vibrant, almost electric pink hue that just pops right off the screen. The strapless design that shows off those absolutely gorgeous shoulders, so elegant, and that adorable oversized bow in the back. It's like the perfect little cherry on top of a delicious fashion sundae. It's pure magic, I'm serious. Now, did you know this dress wasn't just some random pretty frock? It was actually designed by the talented William Trevilla, who was responsible for so many of Marilyn's most iconic looks. This particular gown was made from a luscious silk satin and was specifically created to make Marilyn shine even brighter on screen. And boy, did it ever! This dress didn't just make Marilyn look fabulous, it practically became another character in the movie, radiating confidence, playfulness, and that undeniable Marilyn Monroe star power that we all know and love. It's a look that has been referenced and recreated countless times, from Halloween costumes to high-fashion runways, proving that some styles truly are timeless. And let's be honest, who hasn't dreamt of making a grand entrance in a show-stopping pink gown just like that, feeling like the most glamorous girl in the entire world? It's a fashion dream come true. You can sign me right up. Next up, we're whisking you away to the chic streets of New York City with the eternally stylish Audrey Hepburn in Breakfast at Tiffany's from 1961. And the moment that's etched in fashion history, that absolutely iconic little black dress. Audrey Hepburn had a close and influential relationship with the French designer Hubert de Givenchy. She first met him in 1953 while preparing for the film Sabrina, and a lifelong friendship and professional partnership blossomed. Givenchy became her go-to designer, creating many of her most memorable on-screen and off-screen looks. For Breakfast at Tiffany's, costume designer Edith Head was officially credited for the film's wardrobe, as was standard practice in Hollywood. However, Hepburn insisted on wearing Givenchy for her key looks, including the opening scene's iconic black dress. The original design of the dress was actually slightly different from what we see in the film. Givenchy's initial sketch featured a higher neckline. However, for the movie, the neckline was widened into a bateau or Sabrina neckline, which beautifully showcased Hepburn's elegant collarbones and became a signature of her style. The dress itself was a simple yet sophisticated sheath dress in black satin, sleeveless and reaching just above the knee. It was accessorized perfectly with layers of faux pearls, long black gloves, and oversized sunglasses, creating an image of effortless chic and sophistication that perfectly embodied the character of Holly Golightly. Holly was a complex character, glamorous and seemingly carefree, yet also vulnerable and searching for her place in the world. The little black dress became a visual representation of her carefully constructed facade and her aspiration for a life of elegance and refinement. The impact of this dress on fashion is immeasurable. It solidified the little black dress as an essential and timeless piece in every woman's wardrobe. It transcended its role as a costume and became a symbol of sophistication, elegance, and independent femininity. Even today, the image of Audrey Hepburn in that black dress remains one of the most recognizable and celebrated fashion moments in cinematic history, a testament to the power of a simple yet perfectly executed design and the enduring style of Audrey Hepburn and Givenchy. Audrey Hepburn as Holly Golightly just oozed sophistication, perfection even, and this outfit perfectly captured her character's enigmatic charm and desire for a life of beauty and freedom. Of course, we can't forget about so many other incredible fashion moments that have graced our screens. There was Grace Kelly's breathtaking elegance in Rear Window, Lauren Bacall's effortlessly chic ensemble in To Have and Have Not, Bette Davis's dramatic and glamorous gowns in All About Eve, the sheer opulence of Elizabeth Taylor's costumes in Cleopatra, and Faye Dunaway's cool and collected berets in Bonnie and Clyde. What makes all these moments so iconic? It's not just about the pretty clothes. It's about how they tell a story, define a character, and capture the spirit of a time. And the best part, you can totally incorporate elements of these looks into your modern wardrobe. Think tailored trousers inspired by Marlene Dietrich, a classic little black dress a la Audrey Hepburn, or even a pop of pink inspired by Marilyn. Now imagine if you pulled all three of those together into one. Fashion, honey! So how can you bring a little bit of that cinematic magic into your everyday style? Here are a few fun tips. Channel the silhouette. Pay attention to the shapes of the garments. The 40s and 50s often featured nipped-in waists and fuller skirts, while the 60s embraced more streamlined shapes. Accessorize like a star. Think about the key accessories that completed the iconic looks. Pearls, hats, gloves, statement jewelry. Don't be afraid to experiment. Take inspiration from these moments and put your own modern spin on them. You don't need to wear a full costume to capture the essence of a vintage style. Focus on key pieces. Sometimes just one or two key pieces inspired by a film can instantly elevate your look. A well-tailored blazer, a classic trench coat, or a chic scarf can go a long way. Well, my fabulous film fashionistas, that brings us to the end of our glamorous journey through cinematic history. We hope you've been inspired by these truly iconic moments and are feeling ready to add a touch of vintage movie magic to your own style. Don't forget to let us know in the comments below which cinematic fashion moment is your absolute favorite. We're just dying to hear your thoughts. And if you loved geeking out about movie style with us, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe for more fun fashion adventures. Thanks so much for watching, and remember, every day is a chance to create your own iconic style moment. Until next time, stay stylish and keep dreaming in vintage. Bye for now.